If you learn nothing from this video, you should know to save the Karkh dolls for an event that asks you to collect hero soul stones. Save them in your inventory.
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
What is up, heroes of Dominion? My name is Charlie. This is Hero War Central, and I am super excited about this event. The Negator of all creation returns. This is a Karkh-focused Soulstone event here on Hero Wars Facebook and web. And let's go ahead and get this out of the way right now. I do not think that you need to spend a lot of your resources on this event. I'm going to tell you why you don't need to in just a little bit, but let's talk about the event. Let's talk a little bit about Karkh and my love for Karkh and the history of Karkh a little bit, and then we'll kind of come full circle and I'll explain to you why you should not invest that much in this event. Now, this has 4 tasks to it. We have login, and the reward is going to be these cute little Karkh dolls. Reverie Given Form is buying things to collect VIP. 4,500 VIP, it's like $100. $94 gets you $49.50. $47 gets you $24.75. So it's like $80, $90 USD to get the 4,500 VIP points. A little bit better than the Lilith Brawl VIP collection, but still not a huge fan of this. You get, of course, rewarded the emeralds, a little bit of a refund if you are buying emeralds, as well as more of these Karkh dolls. You have Will to Prove, which is spending emeralds, and I spend a little bit of emeralds every event. And then finally, you have Spend Energy. Of course, you're going to do this just with regular gameplay. Now, some of these tasks, like logging in and spending energy, you're just going to do naturally, okay? If you're a pay-to-win or a pay-to-play player, you might get some of the VIP points in some of the bundles that are available, and I'll talk about those in just 1 second. However, without it being a ×4 emerald sale, I don't usually recommend buying emeralds unless that sale is active. And then, of course, spending emeralds. A lot of you are going to spend a little bit of emeralds here and there, buying energy, spinning the Astral Seer wheel, maybe buying some big money blue balls. But I wouldn't go out of your way to spend 65,000 emeralds on this event, not to collect Karkh Soulstones and Karkh dolls. I find it kind of strange that we're having this basic Soulstone event with tasks that effectively mirror the Hero Wars mobile event. One of the hallmarks of the Hero Wars Facebook and web version of the game is that the events themselves are better, but they're much more infrequent. Facebook and web events happen typically only every weekend, whereas Hero Wars mobile events happen 2 or 3 times per week. However, the Hero Wars mobile events are mostly basic Hero Soulstone events, just like this Karkh event. The same 4 tasks effectively. The buy emeralds task is replaced with the get VIP points here on Facebook and web, but it's effectively the same event. Are we going to see more basic Soulstone events like this on Facebook and web? I believe we are. I believe that this is an easy to add in event that they can just plug in various heroes throughout the year to increase revenue, to increase activity, but it is going to give us some free stuff as well. So it's not all terrible. Like, getting Karkh Soulstones isn't the worst thing in the world. Getting these Karkh dolls are not the worst thing in the world. Spending 65,000 emeralds on it, probably the worst thing in the world. So you can get Karkh from the Elemental Tournament shop each week. Just by participating, you can get 10 free Karkh Soulstones. Of course, there are better things to spend the Elemental Tournament certificates on, but if you really wanted to get Karkh, you could get them from here. Additionally, just logging in every day will reward you on the 28th day with one of these lesser hero soulstone chests, 50 free soulstones of your choice. Karkh is a very, very easy to get hero. Now, I love Karkh. I love him a lot. About 2.5 years ago, I actually gave him the ephemeral nickname Bob, and it has nothing to do with Bob Marley. I'm not going to tell you the story on why I call him Bob because it's a little bit racist, and that was a different time. But I gave Karkh the name Bob. I called my team the Bob team. I have all these different variations of Bob teams. I have Bob 1, Bob 2, Bob 3. And what is really cool about this is that the developers, Nexters Hero Wars, actually ran with it, and they created a little bit of social media campaign around it as well. You can see throughout the history of the game over the last couple of years, a lot of the artwork that involves Karkh has a Bob mention on it somewhere, even including on the fireplace video that Hero Wars released at Winterfest, the little fireplace video that was just a loop of a fireplace. You could see a Karkh doll with a Bob sweater on it. So huge thank you to the developers of the game, the community managers, whoever had input on that to kind of give me that little Easter egg. A lot of you probably don't understand. Most of you probably don't care. I know a lot of you really hate that I created the name Bob for Karkh, and to that I say, I don't care. So along with the Karkh event, we have these heroic bundles, and these are 5 bundles that you can purchase. These are guild bundles. Of course, you get some of the resources, and then your guild gets some of the resources. This is going to last for 3 days. The equipment fragments, these are the orange and violet equipment for your various heroes. It's not just fragments for Karkh and similar heroes. It could be any orange or violet fragments. So while this is not a very good thing to purchase, it's not the worst thing in the world. So this is the team that I affectionately call the Bob team. I try not to call it the Bob team anymore because most people don't know what I'm saying whenever I say that. This team was one of my favorite teams before Sebastian came out. Okay, let's be very clear. With the addition of Sebastian, this lineup changes pretty dramatically. There are a lot of instances that you can just drop Nebula for whatever support hero that you need, be it Jorgen, Isaac, possibly Helios, but generally speaking, these 4 heroes plus a support is kind of where I start with Karkh teams. My favorite tank to go with Karkh is Astaroth. However, Aurora is great. Cleaver, I think, is a very strong choice as well. And we are seeing a lot of success with more offensive tanks like Corvus to go with Karkh. Karkh has got a little bit of self-heal, so he doesn't need a ton of healing. Case in point, Martha doesn't do a great job at quick healing the team, but she is there for some bolstered up healing. Heroes like Faceless and Kai, they do their own little bit of damage, but they also knock enemies up into the air, which is what Karkh loves to do. So adding in Kai or Faceless, I think that Kai is slowly becoming the better choice now that he has the 2 Ascension skills as well as a 5th skin. I think Kai is probably a little bit better choice to put with Karkh. Healer choices don't really matter. In fact, a lot of people don't even run healers, but this is the main Bob lineup. You're going to see a lot of lineups that's going to look like this, or possibly looking in the neighborhood of this. You know, the pets are going to vary pretty heavily as well. I'm leveling up Iris to help counter other Karkh teams. When my Faceless pushes the enemy tank back, it's going to expose that front line to Iris's ultimate. Hopefully that's enough to counter some of the enemy Karkh teams. I'm just trying it out. I don't know if it's an effective counter just yet. I'm leveling up Lilith to counter Dantes that are not in the front line. Kind of my strategy there. And I'm also leveling up Zhu kind of as a Karkh replacement because Karkh really is not great against boss fights. So Osh, any of the campaign bosses, some of the bosses that you find in events, I use Zhu instead. Karkh being my absolute favorite hero, I've put a lot of videos out about him in the past couple of years. I do not want to make 5 videos this week about Karkh, so instead of that, why don't you guys go check out a Karkh versus Kira comparison video and a Karkh versus Yasmin comparison video I put out a little while ago. They are a little older, so they may be dated as far as the information that's included in there, but they're still fun watches nonetheless. It shows a great comparison on why you would choose Karkh or Yasmin or Kira. Please go check those videos out. I love you all. Good luck in Dominion.